Now, the NBA scripted the NBA season this year to advertise new rising stars in addition to helping team owners pay for their arena projects. The Milwaukee Bucks moved into a new arena. I forgot what the name of their arena was, but the Milwaukee Bucks moved into a new arena. They need to pay for the finance cost of paying for a new arena. It's the Fizzer Arena. It's probably only been there since 2018, 2019. It's a new arena. The Bucks owner is borrowing money to pay for the stadium. How does he pay it back really quickly? Well, one of the biggest ways is revenue sharing and making the money from the senior team go far in the playoffs when their share of the television money increases. And selling ticket prices for expanded games to make it this far. This is how the Bucks won in a 7-game series, playing 3 home games against the Brooklyn Nets. And this is how they're behind in the semifinals to the Atlanta Hawks. It is because the Milwaukee Bucks need to extend the series to be able to have as much home games as can be to pay for the financing of their new arena. And the Phoenix Suns series could be close, too. It could be a series that goes that far around the time of my birthday, is what the Phoenix Suns are going to win the NBA championship. Probably 10 days or so, maybe before my birthday, if that's the case. Even single digits, if it goes to a game 7, it'd be amazing. But as far as I can tell, yeah, Devin Booker is going to ball it out and win in 6 games. I believe the Suns going to shut down the Clippers. So it's all a script pretty much. Robert Sarver is a banker. This guy was demanding the taxpayers to finance his stadium renovations. The taxpayers said no. The Phoenix City Council said no. Robert Sarver is beleaguered. This guy did not have competitive teams all of these years, and he's asking the taxpayers to fork up a renovation project instead of paying for an entirely new arena of his own. Robert Sarver, is he that cheap and tight as a banker? You got to realize who Wes Aiden is of the Milwaukee Bucks. This dude is a private equity investor, and he's born in Montana. So he probably came from out of state and went, now this guy is all about the money, Wesley Aidens. Oh, he couldn't care about no championship. I wonder if Robert Sarver couldn't care about the championship too. I mean, Phoenix Suns going to win, man, but what if, Robert Sarver fucks it up for the future? I mean, don't get me fired, Robert Sarver. I need an owner who's going to be committed every single year, like Jerry Colangelo. Robert Sarver needs to prove that he can do this consistently. Phoenix Suns, they go expect more from their franchise once we win the championship. And that's what we got to do. We got to demand be up there with the LA Lakers. And my view of it is that I identify Suns as trying to be a Western Conference royalty, wearing the color of gold and playing authoritative basketball, which is what I really like. What the Phoenix Suns have done all throughout the years, buying Jason Kidd, buying Shaquille O'Neal, buying superstar NBA players out there, Charles Barkley out there. The Phoenix Suns have done the job well with that in this major media market, and that's what the Phoenix Suns need to go back to doing with a real sense of basketball identity, which they have been ever since they've been with James Jones versus these sports agents that they've hired to become their, general managers and head chief of player personnel and all that. And that's what we need to change. And NBA knew that these stadiums had to get paid for, pretty much. And these teams were legit on the way, but the Brooklyn Nets, the Milwaukee Bucks are absolutely extending series as far as they can. Definitely. Phoenix Suns are in them tight because the Phoenix Suns have a narrative that they're so red hot, but this is summer. This is the heat of summer. This is not the change from the seasons as we saw with the Heat cooling down against the Laker Reservoir during this month of September to October, right after Labor Day and all that. That represented the change of the season, but this is July. You got to stick with the Suns, man. So Phoenix Suns, so Phoenix Suns won the championship. This could happen anyway better than what's happening right now for the Phoenix Suns. And to be able to see my team win the championship and see everyone doubt LeBron's 6th championship, because the narrative would have been different if everyone's just like, okay, kiss his ass, give him the sixth ring. But that doesn't happen because LeBron lost this year. People are like, oh, LeBron can't do anything again. LeBron can't do anything again. And that makes a big difference in how people view LeBron's accomplishments, is that they make him more legit when they say that he can't do this X event. But when LeBron does it, he proves people wrong, man. That's what you're going to do. That's what this does, man. That's what this work does. That's what it does at the end of the day. How Messi is playing Maradona-esque right now. Got to keep it real right now. Got to open up your mind about the change of the seasons. You got to open up about that. You got to say, hey, England having a great chance to win the Euro or whatnot, but you may go with just the golden generation, whatnot. You got to look at it both ways. That's what you got to do, man. But the Milwaukee Bucks and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that's why I brought it up, because it's a narrative. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's a narrative that could happen. He's got to break down all of the narratives and possibilities first before you get to X conclusion. That's what that's all about. But it shows you how rigged the NBA is. Private equity investor of the Bucks, a banker on the Suns, paying for new stadiums. The cynic is always going to say, is it all about the money again? These teams are never in the finals again. Or is it going to be, okay, like we really want to win, let's go out and, buy players every year, whatnot. Just like, you can't really say something like that. That always American sports fans don't say that. They don't pressure the owner like these fans in European soccer do. They will go pressure the owner. There's a concept of forcing him out, but it's all about the owner and his freedom in America. I mean, if these guys are manipulative, they know that they need to win over their images. The league jumped in and helped out Robert Sarver, his beleaguered image. The league stepped in and helped out in an expanding media market that really helped out with all the people moving to Phoenix. The NBA's really interested in adding Phoenix to the mix on a year-to-year basis with Devin Booker. All the people moving to Arizona. NBA genius. I mean, the Bay Area and all their population density, and they have them in the NBA championship. Because, how many years has it been that there's a team from Texas and California in the NBA finals and not Arizona, And Utah and Colorado is why the league hates them so much. But the fact there's more people moving in Arizona and making them elite. And that's really what's happening. There's no doubt the NBA was scripted this year. This is how they script this season. They scripted around their new elite arenas and hyping Giannis Antetokounmpo and Devin Booker. It shows you how rigged the NBA really is. It shows you how scripted it really is. There's no doubt about it. Hawks don't have a chance to come back. The Clippers don't have a chance to come back. Kawhi Leonard will not be back in action at all. Chris Paul is going to put the series to rest. The Suns are going to be up 3-0 with Chris Paul back in action. Chris Gematria of 30. He returns from his COVID protocol BS now because, if I'm not mistaken, Chris Paul got vaccinated. Did he? I think he did get vaccinated. So he should be safe to go. It should be fine for him to come back in action. So why hasn't he yet? NBA needs to fucking get it together, because that's where I am at, with this country. I'm wondering why it's taking people so long to not get vaccinated. I don't know why. But anyways, that's what we have to do with this. It shows you how rigged the leagues really are. Some years, these teams come out of nowhere because of their new stadiums. You just have to keep be aware of when teams are undergoing renovations for their arenas. So, for Liverpool, if they win the Premier League, if they increase their capacity because they think they can sell more, then that's good. And that's what is happening here for Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks. It's how rigged the NBA really is. I mean, more people are going to care about the Bucks now if the Packers suck so bad without Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that is the team to watch as long as Giannis Antetokounmpo is over there. So Giannis Antetokounmpo can win one season. Giannis Antetokounmpo could even win in 2026. It very can happen in 2026. Giannis Antetokounmpo He's the new face of the NBA at that time. It can happen, absolutely. The Milwaukee Bucks win a championship, it'd be like Cleveland. Why not? If Kevin Durant's not going to come back to Oklahoma City, I see a Giannis in Milwaukee. Charles Barkley needs to quit crying. NBA need to tell him that they're going to rig a year for Giannis. Then Charles Barkley can shut up. He can be like, yeah, I'm going to put the big bet on the Bucks. And I'm going to go win on the Bucks. Oh, my God. Charles Barkley said, I'm going to go bet on the Portland Trailblazers to win the West. This guy trolling, man. He really has to be trolling. I don't know, man. But shows you how rigged this really is. It's a big hoax. Steve Nash gets his bloody nose, and Chris Paul gets his bloody nose again. I haven't gone to that video yet, but I'm going to do that video, tomorrow, sometime. The bloody nose incident with Nash against the Spurs, and then this happens, with Devin Booker. It reminded me of that game, in the Phoenix Suns of the team that didn't choke the game. It was the Flippers that choked. They're in the Sun shuttle. I mean, the Clippers are a joke. Lakers can laugh along with the Phoenix Suns. Oh, the Clippers are a joke. This is going to be good for LeBron Nation. The Phoenix Suns can defeat the LA Clippers. We need these guys to defeat the LA Clippers. It wouldn't be the end of it if Kawhi came back and won the finals. I mean, rally behind the Phoenix Suns or Lakers because fuck the Clippers, and Lakers can win championship again, and the Clippers going to get fucked again. Phoenix Suns can laugh along, and the Lakers will have less respect of the Clippers. The Lakers will somewhat respect the Phoenix Suns for their long rivalries and the tight series in the NBA Finals and all that, and the series in 05, 06, around that time, 2007, and Phoenix Suns eventually beating Magic when he was older, Magic beating the Suns and all that, and then the Flippers, they came out of nowhere, right? They came out of nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. The Flippers came out of nowhere. There's no doubt about it. I just can't believe it because, it is right in front of my own eyes that I'm going to see it happen during the next week or so. These guys know what they're doing.